An 8-year-old girl disappears from her home in Florida. She is tortured and unalived by a 14-year-old boy. This is the dark story of Maddie Clifton. November 1998, at 8 years old, Maddie's parents told her to go and play in the yard. She went over and asked the boy next door if he wanted to come and play baseball with her. Joshua Phillips, aged 14, was 6 years older than Maddie. His father, Steve, was very strict and violent towards him and his mother. He was also a drug addict and an alcoholic. He had a hatred for younger girls, which Josh or his mother never fully understood. He also really disliked any children being in the home or the garden when he wasn't there. So Maddie turns up at his door and asks him if he wants to go and play baseball. His parents aren't there, but he reluctantly accepts this invitation. They go out and begin to play, and according to Josh, he ends up accidentally hitting Maddie in the face with a baseball bat. She is screaming and crying, so Josh panics. He knows that his dad's going to be home at any minute and will be furious, so he drags Maddie into their home and begins to beat her with the baseball bat to try to stop her from crying. Maddie becomes unconscious but is still alive. Joshua then takes Maddie's unconscious body and places her in the bed under his mattress. Josh's dad then does return home and they make some small talk before Josh returns to his bedroom and shuts the door. Around the same time, Maddie's mum returns home, realises she's nowhere to be found and immediately contacts the police.
Played this afternoon. I thought she was with her, and now she's missing.
How old is she?
She's 8 years old.
Where was she playing at around the house?
Right around the house here.
Is she a white female or a black
Yes,
female?
she's a white female.
What did she have on when she left?
She had on a red T-shirt. And Mama, did you have on jeans? No, I've been upstairs, Mama. I have searched.
Ma'am?
Yes.
Blue jeans?
Mama, did you have on blue jeans? No. What'd you have on? What kind of shorts?
Pair of shorts?
She had on a pair of shorts and a red T-shirt.
She blonde hair, black hair?
No, she's got reddish brown hair. It's actually a brown with an auburn tint to it.
What's her name?
It's short. Her name is Maddie. She goes as Madeline.
What's her last name?
Clifton. C-L-I-F as in Frank, T-O-N.
When Josh returns to his bedroom, he realises that Maddie is groaning in pain. So he decides to lift up the mattress. He takes a knife and he slits her throat and then stabs her in the chest 7 times. He then takes the mattress, which is actually a waterbed, places it back on top of Maddie's now lifeless body and carries on as if nothing's happened. This 14-year-old boy has viciously and senselessly murdered an 8-year-old girl whom he was just playing baseball with hours before. Maddie is reported missing and the police waste no time in searching for her. Hundreds of members of the local community join in to help. Flyers are distributed and extensive searches are conducted. Josh and his family actually attend these searches. 1 week after Maddie has gone missing, Josh's mum is cleaning his room and notices that there's a leak under his bed. Being a water mattress, she thinks maybe it's coming from that. She lifts the mattress and discovers Maddie's body underneath. She immediately runs out into the street where there are police still there and tells them. Her son, who at the time was at school, is arrested and charged. Within hours of being questioned, he fully admits to the murder of Maddie Clifton. So Joshua had gone about his days like usual and slept on top of Maddie's body for nearly a week. Police are also really confused because they searched that house 3 times. They did notice a smell, but they attributed it to the birds that Joshua's family kept. The local community were shocked when they found out that Joshua Phillips had been arrested for the murder of Maddie Clifton. He was a very average boy. He wasn't like really odd. He was very quiet, very friendly. He was fairly well liked at school. He was described as being funny. So people were in disbelief to begin with. The case goes to trial in July of 1999 and Josh is tried as an adult. The trial lasted just 2 days and Josh's defense attorney decided to call no witnesses or anyone to the stand, which was an incredibly risky move. He relied on this whole defense of the fact that Josh just panicked. He didn't mean to do it, he just froze, he panicked, and it was a severe lack of judgment. He described it as an act that began as an accident and deteriorated through panic that bordered on madness. The defence also wanted to present some evidence that it appeared as though Josh had some lesions or tears to his frontal lobe, which would affect his ability to judge situations and make him more likely to panic, but this was deemed as inadmissible by the judge. The prosecution also wanted to present some evidence which was deemed inadmissible. They said that this attack was sexually motivated. So when Maddie was found, she was naked from the waist down. Josh attributed this to when he dragged Maddie back into the house when she was crying, that it pulled her clothes off. But she wasn't dirty or sandy as though she had been dragged across a yard, so the prosecution said that didn't make sense. They also said that they had evidence that Josh had looked at pornography before and after the attack. There was no forensic evidence that she had been SA'd, and the judge ruled that the evidence of him looking at pornography was inadmissible. After just 2 days of trial, the jury came back as a guilty verdict of murder in the first degree. The judge sentenced him to life without parole. He was spared the death penalty as he was still under 16. If we fast forward to 2012, the Supreme Court rules that juveniles cannot be sentenced to life without parole, so Josh is resentenced in 2017. Josh has been a model prisoner. In 2008, he writes to the Clifton family apologising, but Maddie's mother Sheila said she has no desire to speak or hear from Josh. In 2017, when Josh is up for resentencing, Sheila requests that the sentence be upheld. Maddie's sister also stated that she doesn't get a chance to walk on the earth again, so why should he? The sentence was upheld and Josh remains behind bars for the rest of his life. Do you think because he was a juvenile that he should get parole? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. That was the case of Maddie Clifton. If you like my content, please remember to like, subscribe and comment, and I'll see you in the next one.